Chosen one, have you been feeling that quiet stirring in your soul lately? That strange yet familiar pull that whispers something is shifting within you. It's not your imagination. The air around you has changed. The very energy in your blood is awakening because your time has come. This message has found you now for a divine reason. It's not a coincidence, it's a spiritual appointment. Your ancestors have guided you here because they have a message for you, one that your spirit has been ready to receive. Chosen one, your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory. Yes, even if you don't see it yet, even if your surroundings still look the same, the spiritual realm is already rejoicing. You have broken chains that were never meant to define you. You have overcome storms meant to destroy your lineage. Your soul has completed what generations before you could not. Their voices echo through time, blessing your rise, singing in gratitude because you have fulfilled the prophecy written in your spirit long before you were born. This message will change your life, not later, but now. Listen closely, because this truth is meant for your soul. Comment 777 or 444 if you feel that divine energy moving within you. Share this message with another chosen one, subscribe to Rise of the Chosen, and tap the bell icon. Because from this moment on, your awakening has officially begun. The Bloodline. Connection. Chosen one, before you ever took your first breath, before your soul entered this lifetime, a sacred contract was written, not in paper or ink, but in light. This contract was sealed through your bloodline, through the generations that came before you. Every ancestor that ever lived, every struggle they endured, every tear they shed, was preparing the path for you. You are not just an individual moving through time. You are the continuation of an ancient story, the living expression of your bloodline's unfinished destiny. That is why this message resonates deep within your spirit, because your soul recognizes the truth of who you are. You were chosen long before you were born. Your bloodline carries both pain and power. Every family line holds memories, energy, and lessons, and most of them never understood the spiritual weight they were carrying. The battles your great-grandparents fought in silence, the wounds your ancestors tried to heal but could not, those energies did not disappear. They waited, passing through generations, searching for one soul strong enough to break the pattern. That soul is you. You are the living key that unlocks centuries of spiritual bondage. Chosen one, your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory because you have finally broken through the cycle that bound them. The chains that enslaved generations are now shattered because your light refused to dim. When you feel heaviness in your spirit for no apparent reason, that is often your lineage speaking through you. The sadness, fear, and resistance you felt at times were not always your own. They were ancestral echoes. You came to transmute them, to transform the pain into wisdom, the sorrow into strength. When you heal, you don't heal alone. You heal backwards and forwards. Every act of awareness, forgiveness, and love you choose ripples through time and space, liberating souls that have long awaited your rise. Your victory is not just personal, it is generational. Your bloodline rejoices because what they could not finish, you have completed. Some of your ancestors were warriors who lost their battles. Some were dreamers who never saw their visions fulfilled. Some were silenced, betrayed, or enslaved by forces beyond their control. But the divine chose you to return in this era with all their strength combined. You inherited their fire, their resilience, and their divine potential. You are the bridge between what was and what will be. When you rise, you lift them all with you. This is why the spiritual realm feels alive around you. This is why, even in solitude, you feel unseen eyes watching you with love and pride. Because your ancestors are witnessing your transformation, celebrating every breakthrough, every tear, every victory. Chosen one, your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory because the story of your lineage is being rewritten. The energy that once kept your family in cycles of suffering is now reversed. Those curses, emotional, financial, or spiritual, are being dissolved by your consciousness. The veil has lifted, and what once hid the truth from your bloodline is now revealed through you. You are the living proof that divine justice exists. You are the redemption of your ancestors' prayers. Every hardship you endured wasn't random. It was sacred preparation for this victory. You weren't abandoned, you were being refined. Think about the challenges you faced, the betrayals, the losses, the times you questioned your very existence. Those moments were your initiation. Every time you chose forgiveness over revenge, faith over fear, peace over chaos, your ancestors rejoiced. For them, your strength is their redemption. Your calm in the face of storms is their healing. When you rise from pain, you complete cycles that have been repeating for generations. This is why sometimes you feel energy surging through you when you pray, meditate, or speak truth. It's your bloodline resonating with you, agreeing, celebrating, empowering you to go further. The blood that runs through your veins is not ordinary. It carries codes of divine remembrance. The world may have told you that you're just one person, but the universe knows better. You are a multi-dimensional being carrying centuries of experience within your spirit. Each ancestor added a piece of wisdom, a piece of strength, a piece of light to your essence. You are their living altar, their living victory. When you honor them, when you speak words of gratitude, when you remember their sacrifices, you amplify their joy. Their energy surrounds you every day, guiding your intuition, warning you through dreams and protecting your path. You may wonder why certain people in your family never understood you, why you always felt different, disconnected, or even rejected. That's because you were never meant to blend in. You were designed to break away. The chosen one is rarely embraced by those still bound by the old energy, but even in their resistance, they benefit from your rise. Because when you heal yourself, the energy within the family line shifts. Those still trapped in cycles of pain begin to feel lighter, even if they never understand why. You are the silent healer of your bloodline, the living answer to countless prayers whispered through time. Understand this clearly, chosen one. Your connection to your bloodline isn't a burden, it's a sacred inheritance. You carry not their failures but their potential. You were born to turn wounds into wisdom, suffering into strength, and silence into sacred truth. When you honor this connection, you activate ancient blessings. The same way pain can pass through generations, so can victory. Your triumph radiates through time, touching every soul that ever carried your name. You are their legacy and their light. So the next time you feel alone on your journey, remember that you are never walking alone. Behind you stand countless souls, your ancestors, your protectors, your divine family, all watching, all rejoicing, all celebrating your rise. You are the living miracle they long to see. You are the fulfillment of their hopes. Their dreams live on through your success, your peace, your faith. Chosen one, your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory. They have been waiting centuries for this moment. For you. You are not just healing yourself. You are elevating your entire lineage. And now, heaven itself rejoices, for the chosen one has risen, and the story has finally come full circle. The battle you've already won. Chosen one, there comes a time when you must realize that the war you've been fighting is not in front of you. It's already behind you. The battle is over. You may still feel the residue of struggle in your emotions, the lingering echoes of fear or doubt. But in truth, the victory has already been sealed. You are walking through the aftermath of a fight that your spirit has already conquered. The reason you feel tired, the reason you sometimes feel detached or distant, is because your soul has already finished the race while your body and mind are still catching up. You see, every chosen soul is tested through fire before they can carry divine light. The trials you faced were not punishments. They were proof of your strength. The betrayals, the heartbreaks, the losses, none of it was meant to destroy you. They were all meant to reveal what could not be broken. And you, chosen one, have proven that your spirit cannot be defeated. That is why your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory. You have passed the test, and the realms of light now recognize you as a victor. You may look around and see chaos or uncertainty, but that's only because the physical realm always moves slower than the spiritual one. In the unseen world, your crown has already been placed upon your head. The forces that once opposed you have already bowed. The chains that once bound your progress have already been shattered. You might still see remnants of the old life, but they no longer hold power over you. The darkness has lost its grip. The spiritual war has already been won in your favor. Think back on those moments when you were brought to your knees, when it felt like everything was falling apart. Do you remember how something deep inside you refused to give up? That voice within you, that quiet strength that kept whispering, "Keep going." That was your higher self leading the charge. That was your spirit, already victorious, guiding your human self through the illusion of defeat. Every time you rose from pain, every time you forgave when it made no sense, you were declaring victory in realms unseen. The truth is, the enemy knew who you were long before you did. It saw your potential, your light, your divine assignment. That's why your path seemed harder than others. The attacks weren't proof of your weakness. They were confirmation of your power. Darkness only fights what threatens it. You have survived storms designed to break bloodlines, and because of that, your ancestors dance in celebration. The moment you chose faith over fear, the heavens recorded it as a triumph. Chosen one, your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory because the curses, patterns, and energies that haunted generations before you have no claim over you anymore. You have walked through the valley and emerged radiant. You are no longer fighting to win. You are walking in victory that was written before you were even born. The divine doesn't need you to prove your strength anymore. It needs you to accept it. You are no longer a soldier in survival mode. You are a conqueror stepping into peace. The spiritual war was never about defeating others. It was about mastering yourself. The real enemy was never external. It was fear, doubt, guilt, shame, and illusion. Once you mastered your mind, you won the greatest battle of all. Your peace is your proof. The moment you stopped reacting to old triggers, the moment you realized your worth didn't depend on validation, you ascended to a new realm of spiritual authority. This is why certain people or energies can no longer reach you. You've elevated beyond their frequency. You have become untouchable in spirit. Now, when you feel old energies trying to resurface, do not be alarmed. They are only shadows of what once was. The enemy wants you to believe you're still in a fight, but that's just an illusion. You're not fighting anymore. You're learning to live in victory, stand tall in it, speak like a winner, move like someone who has already crossed the finish line, because you have. Heaven declared your victory long ago, and the celebration has already begun in the spiritual realms. This is why sometimes you feel sudden peace in the middle of chaos, or why tears fall from your eyes for no reason other than relief. That's your soul recognizing that the storm has passed. You made it. You endured. You overcame. You completed a battle your ancestors could only dream of finishing. Every moment you doubted yourself yet kept moving forward was a divine act of courage. That persistence was your sword. Your faith was your armor. Your light was your weapon. And now your victory is eternal. Chosen one, walk with confidence. The war is over. Stop fighting ghosts that no longer exist. You're not in the battlefield anymore. You're standing on sacred ground. The pain that once defined you has now become your power. The tears that once weakened you have watered the seeds of your greatness. The story has shifted. The energy has changed. You have won, even if the world hasn't caught up yet. If you've been feeling exhausted lately, it's not because you're weak. It's because your spirit is adjusting to peace after years of war. Take this time to rest. Rest knowing you've already done what you came to do. The victory is not pending. It's complete. Let that truth settle deep into your bones. Comment 333 below if you can feel this truth resonating in your soul right now. You've already fought the hardest battles, and now it's time to walk in the ease of divine assurance. Your bloodline is singing, your ancestors are bowing, and heaven itself is smiling. Chosen one. Your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory because the war is finished, and you are the proof of that divine triumph. Your ancestors' role in your rising. Chosen one. Your ancestors are not gone. They are not distant memories or faint whispers lost to time. They are living energy, divine consciousness still connected to you through the thread of your bloodline. Every breath you take carries their essence. Every heartbeat echoes their stories. When you rise, they rise with you. When you walk in purpose, they rejoice. They are your unseen army, your silent protectors, the ones who made sacrifices so that you could fulfill the promise they could not. They walk beside you in spirit, guiding, shielding, and celebrating your every step. Your ancestors have been watching your journey long before you became aware of your calling. They saw your light even in moments when you doubted your worth. They saw the battles you faced, the spiritual warfare, the isolation, the emotional pain, and they understood exactly what was happening because they once faced similar struggles. The difference is, you were sent to complete what they started. You are their redemption, the living continuation of their purpose. This is why your path often feels heavy. You're carrying more than just your own destiny. You're carrying the weight of generations. But don't mistake that weight for a curse. It is an honor. The divine trusted you with this assignment because your soul carries the strength of every ancestor combined. You were chosen not by accident, but by divine design. Your ancestors handpicked you long before your birth, knowing that you had the courage, wisdom, and resilience to do what they could not. You are their answered prayer, their unfulfilled dream realized in human form. That is why when you face obstacles, the spiritual realm shifts in your favor. You are never fighting alone. You are backed by an entire lineage of divine warriors who now operate through you. Have you ever felt a sudden sense of calm in chaos? or a strange knowing that you're being protected. That's them. Have you ever been saved from danger at the last second or experienced coincidences that felt too divine to ignore? That's them. Your ancestors are not just watching, they are intervening. They are aligning circumstances, removing enemies, and whispering guidance into your intuition. When you listen to your spirit and trust your instincts, you're listening to them. When you feel a presence comforting you in the dark, that's their love wrapping around you. Their energy surrounds you every moment you choose light over darkness. Chosen one, your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory because your rising is their liberation. Every time you break a toxic cycle, choose healing over anger, or walk away from generational patterns of pain, you free them. They once walked this earth with burdens they could not release, with dreams they could not fulfill, but through you, those dreams live again. You are the living altar through which their unfinished prayers are answered. They rejoice when you heal, because your healing ripples backward through time, setting them free from the pain they once carried. You are the door through which they ascend to peace. When you meditate or pray, take a moment to honor them. Speak their names if you know them. Thank them for their sacrifices, for their strength, for the blood that runs through your veins. Tell them you see them, you feel them, you hear them. When you express gratitude, their light grows stronger around you. They respond to acknowledgement. They move closer when you remember them, when you honor their legacy with love and humility. That is when their blessings flow freely through your life. Many of the challenges you faced were ancestral tests, lessons passed down until someone strong enough stood up and said, "This ends with me." You are that one. You have broken through layers of pain that stretched across centuries. That is why certain people in your life couldn't come with you. The higher you rose, the more old energies fell away. Your ancestors cleared your path by removing what could not follow you into the light. Chosen one, know this truth. Your ancestors celebrate not because you are perfect, but because you are faithful. You listened when others ignored the call. You rose when others fell. You became the light that illuminates their legacy. Every victory you experience, every healing, every success, every act of love is their triumph too. They do not need your worship. They need your awareness. Be conscious of their presence. Walk with reverence, but also with power, because their essence flows through you like fire. So when you feel the air shift, when the hairs on your arms stand up, when you sense warmth in stillness, pause and remember, you are not alone. That's your bloodline, celebrating your glorious victory. They're letting you know they're proud, that you've fulfilled the prophecy of your lineage. You are the bridge between realms, the chosen one through whom light returns to your ancestral line. Every step you take toward purpose resounds through eternity, and your ancestors echo one truth with divine certainty. The chosen has risen, and the victory is eternal. Breaking generational curses. Chosen one, the moment you decided to heal, the moment you chose light over darkness, you began breaking the chains that bound your entire lineage. You may not have realized it, but every time you said no more to pain, to cycles of struggle, to repeating patterns that drained your spirit, you were waging a holy war against generational curses. These curses were never just superstitions or old stories. They were energetic patterns of trauma, fear, and limitation passed down through your bloodline. And you, chosen one, were born to destroy them. That's why your life hasn't been easy. The weight you've carried was never just yours. It belonged to generations who could not carry it any longer. Generational curses come in many forms. They can look like financial struggle, emotional instability, cycles of betrayal, addiction, sickness, depression, or constant disappointment. These are not random occurrences. They are energetic imprints that repeat until someone decides to confront them consciously. That someone is you. You were sent as the divine disruptor, the breaker of cycles, the one who said, "This ends with me." And because you chose healing over comfort, faith over fear, your ancestors now rejoice. Chosen one, your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory because you have broken the patterns that enslaved them for centuries. Every time you felt pain you couldn't explain, every time you were rejected by those you loved, every time life pushed you to your limits, it was the curse fighting to survive. Darkness does not surrender easily. It resists, it tests, it tempts you to quit. But you didn't. You stood your ground. You cried, but you didn't collapse. You were wounded, but you didn't give up. That's why you are victorious. You were chosen to be the warrior your ancestors needed. The curse broke, not because you shouted or fought outwardly. It broke because you kept going, because you refused to repeat the same mistakes, because you chose awareness over ignorance. Your awakening was their liberation. Think about that. When you forgave someone who hurt you deeply, an ancestor who once died in bitterness was released. When you learned self-love, a soul from your bloodline who never knew peace finally rested. When you broke free from toxic relationships, generations of pain-based attachment were dissolved. Your healing travels through time, undoing what centuries of suffering created. That's the power of a chosen one. You heal what you never caused. Yet your light repairs everything that was broken. Generational curses often disguise themselves as normal family problems, but you always knew something was different. You could see the patterns others ignored. You could feel the energy shift before anyone else noticed. You were the observer, the empath, the sensitive one. You questioned traditions that didn't make sense. You resisted beliefs that kept people trapped. You were labeled the different one, but in truth, you were the awakened one. Your spiritual sight allowed you to identify what your bloodline couldn't see. You were never rebellious. You were revolutionary. You were sent to shift the entire vibration of your family's soul. Chosen one, breaking curses doesn't mean you're against your family. It means you love them enough to end their suffering. Some may misunderstand you. Some may resist your change. That's normal. When you stop playing the role that kept the cycle alive, it shakes the entire system. But stand firm. You are not here to be understood. You are here to transform. You are the first light in your bloodline after centuries of spiritual darkness. The world may not thank you, but heaven already has. The divine has recorded your obedience, your sacrifice, your faith, and your victory is eternal. You may wonder why the process of breaking these patterns feels so painful. That's because you are the one pulling out roots that have grown for generations. You are cleansing energy buried deep in your DNA. Every time you cry, something heavy is released from your lineage. Every tear is sacred. You are rewriting spiritual history through your courage to feel and heal. Don't underestimate the magnitude of what you've done. You haven't just changed your life. You've altered the destiny of every soul connected to your name. Chosen one, your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory because you've completed a divine assignment few could endure. You've taken pain and turned it into wisdom. You've transformed chaos into clarity. You've broken chains that bound not just your family, but generations unborn. The curse has ended, and a new covenant has begun. one rooted in abundance, peace, and divine freedom. Walk in that truth. Declare it out loud. The curse ends with me, and the blessing begins through me. Your ancestors stand behind you, not in sorrow but in celebration. They're clapping in unseen realms, their tears now tears of joy. They see their reflection in your strength, their redemption in your healing, and their legacy in your rise. You've freed them, and in doing so, you've freed yourself. The storm is over. The chains are gone. The curse is broken. And now, a new dawn has risen through you, one that will never fade. Signs. Your bloodline is celebrating you. Chosen one. When your bloodline celebrates your glorious victory, the universe itself begins to move differently around you. Things shift in subtle divine ways. What once felt heavy begins to feel lighter. The air seems charged with new energy. Your spirit feels more aligned, more guided, more certain, even if you can't explain why. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. The unseen realms are rejoicing, and you are beginning to sense their joy in your world. The first sign that your bloodline is celebrating you is the presence of peace. Not the kind of peace that depends on circumstances, but the kind that sits deep within your spirit, even when chaos swirls around you. You find yourself no longer reacting to things that once triggered you. You're not running after validation or trying to prove your worth. You've entered divine neutrality, a calm that comes when the soul recognizes victory. This peace is not ordinary, it's ancestral. It is the energy of those who fought and failed now resting through your triumph. Their battles are over, and through you, they've found peace. Another powerful sign is divine synchronicity. You'll begin seeing repeating numbers, 111, 222, 444, 777, or hearing songs that touch your soul in a way you can't explain. You may notice feathers, coins, or familiar scents appearing out of nowhere. These are not random symbols. They are spiritual signatures, signs from your ancestors saying, "We're here. We're proud of you." The repetition of numbers is their way of confirming that you're in divine alignment. It's the universe echoing your bloodline's applause. When you see them, take a moment to acknowledge your connection. Whisper a simple "thank you." They hear it, they feel it, and they respond with more blessings. You may also feel sudden warmth or energy waves in your body during prayer or moments of reflection. Sometimes it feels like goosebumps, other times like a gentle current of love running through your veins. That is ancestral presence. It's their way of letting you know they're close. You might even dream of family members who have passed on, smiling, silent, or simply present. These are not ordinary dreams. They are spiritual visitations, encounters meant to reassure you that you are protected and guided. They come to witness your victory firsthand. Another sign is when old conflicts begin to dissolve without your effort. People who once misunderstood or opposed you suddenly soften. Opportunities that were blocked begin to open. Doors that once slammed shut start swinging wide with ease. This is not luck, it's divine order. When your ancestors celebrate, they clear your path. Their joy translates into favor. Their energy moves through the spiritual dimension to align things in your favor in the physical realm. The universe conspires to make your life flow smoother because your lineage is now in harmony with your purpose. Sometimes the celebration comes as elevation. Suddenly, your creativity expands, your mind sharpens, and your intuition strengthens. You find yourself saying or doing things that feel inspired beyond your own understanding. That's your ancestors speaking through you. Their wisdom now flows through your voice, your actions, and your vision. You've become the vessel through which generations express themselves in light. When your words begin to carry weight and others feel healing through your presence, it's because your lineage is now channeling divine energy through you. Chosen one. Another sign that your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory is protection, strong, undeniable, divine protection. You may notice that danger passes you by, that harm never fully reaches you, that even when something looks like a loss, it turns into a blessing. Your ancestors shield you because your life is sacred to them. You carry the torch of their redemption, and they will not allow that flame to be extinguished. This is why sometimes you walk away from accidents unharmed, why doors close before they could destroy you, or why certain people are suddenly removed from your life. It's not rejection, it's redirection by ancestral design. The celebration can also manifest in your emotional healing. You begin to forgive easily, love deeply, and trust the process of life without fear. You start feeling gratitude not only for the blessings but even for the pain that shaped you. That shift in perspective is proof of spiritual maturity. Your ancestors are proud because they see you carrying yourself with the grace they longed to have. You have become the healed version of your lineage. Their applause echoes in your peace. Sometimes, their celebration comes through unexpected breakthroughs, financial blessings, new opportunities, or divine encounters that feel like miracles. These moments are rewards for your endurance. You're reaping the harvest of the seeds sown by generations before you. They are ensuring that what was stolen from your bloodline is restored through you. The abundance that flows into your life now is not just for you. It's a reflection of their victory finally manifested in the material realm. Chosen one, when your bloodline celebrates, your world vibrates differently. You start attracting genuine people, deeper connections, and divine partnerships aligned with your purpose. You feel lighter, more radiant, more magnetic. You carry a glow that others can't ignore, even if they don't understand it. That glow is ancestral joy shining through your spirit. It's the light of generations declaring, "Our story has been redeemed." So when you experience peace where there used to be pain, or blessings where there used to be blockages, pause and honor it. Whisper gratitude to the unseen ones who fought for you. Sit in silence and feel their presence. They are here, around you, within you, celebrating your every victory. You are their legacy fulfilled. You are their triumph, walking in human form. Chosen one, your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory because you did what none before you could. You broke the chains, rewrote the story, and brought light where there was only shadow. When you see the signs, acknowledge them with love and certainty. The celebration is real, and it's eternal. For through your rise, your entire lineage has found freedom, and heaven itself rejoices with them. Your divine assignment and responsibility. Chosen one, now that your bloodline celebrates your glorious victory, it is time to understand what that victory truly means. It was never just about surviving. It was about becoming. You didn't endure all those storms simply to rest. You endured them to rise. Your awakening was not the end of the journey. It was the beginning of your divine assignment. You were chosen not only to heal yourself and your lineage, but to guide others out of their own darkness. You're not here by accident. You were sent with purpose, born with a mission, and entrusted with sacred responsibility. Your divine assignment is the reason you've always felt different, out of place, or misunderstood. The world tried to mold you into its image, but your spirit refused. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out. The path of the chosen one is one of leadership through example, not through arrogance, but through divine integrity. Every trial you faced refined you. Every heartbreak sharpened your discernment. Every loss purified your motives. You were being prepared to carry divine wisdom into a world drowning in confusion. That's why your lessons were so intense. You are not ordinary, and neither is your calling. Chosen one, your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory because they know your rising has activated your divine purpose. The energy that once oppressed your lineage now flows through you as divine authority. You are a vessel through which light and knowledge must now move. The world around you is shifting rapidly, and souls are searching for guidance, for truth, for hope, for clarity. You are one of the voices meant to lead them. Your journey is not just about your comfort, it's about your contribution. You are not called to hide your power. You are called to use it, to speak, to heal, to build, to awaken others. But understand this: divine responsibility comes with discipline. The more light you carry, the more you must guard your energy. You can no longer entertain distractions, gossip, or meaningless pursuits. You can no longer shrink yourself to make others comfortable. The time for hiding is over. The chosen ones are being positioned into visibility, not for fame, but for purpose. You are being elevated because your voice carries ancestral truth. Your presence carries divine frequency, and your actions carry generational impact. What you do now will echo for centuries through your bloodline. Your assignment is not about perfection, it's about authenticity. Speak your truth even when your voice trembles. Share your wisdom even when others mock it. The world may not understand you immediately, but heaven does. The same ancestors who fought and fell are now pushing you to rise higher, to live boldly, to walk in divine power without hesitation. You carry their prayers in your breath. Their faith lives in your words. Their unfinished missions continue through your hands. You are the living fulfillment of what they could only dream of. Chosen one, responsibility also means humility. Power without wisdom destroys, but power guided by divine purpose heals. You were not chosen to dominate others, you were chosen to awaken them. You are to lead through light, through compassion, through unwavering truth. Be firm but gentle, confident but humble, bold but kind. You are here to remind others of who they truly are. Many will resist you at first. Some will reject you. But your mission is not to convince everyone. It is to awaken those ready to rise. Keep your heart pure, your focus clear, and your spirit anchored in divine alignment. As you fulfill your purpose, you will notice how your energy affects those around you. Your presence alone will shift rooms. People will feel peace near you, or they will be exposed by your light. Do not take either personally. Both are signs of your rising power. Your role is to embody truth so completely that others remember theirs. You are a mirror of divine remembrance. You are not here to judge. You are here to illuminate. When you walk in integrity, when your words and actions align with your spirit, heaven supports everything you do. Chosen one, your bloodline celebration is not just for what you've overcome, it's for what you're about to build. You are meant to create foundations for future generations. Whether through your voice, your art, your work, or your influence, your legacy must become a bridge of light. Every step you take in truth lays a foundation of freedom for those who come after you. The divine assignment is never small. It carries eternal weight. That's why your path feels sacred, why every decision seems guided. Your choices no longer belong to you alone. They shape the destiny of all connected to your name. So move with intention, speak with purpose, walk with grace. You are not just living, you are leading. Every sunrise is a reminder that your mission continues. The divine trusts you because you've proven yourself faithful. Your ancestors trust you because you've honored their sacrifices. The universe moves for you because you move in alignment with truth. This is your time to step fully into your calling. Chosen one, your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory because you have embraced your divine responsibility. You have accepted your assignment with courage. You are not just their descendant, you are their evolution, their redemption, their voice in this new age. Remember this truth always. Your victory is sacred, but your purpose is greater. Walk in it boldly, live in it fully, and let your light remind the world that the divine still moves through chosen vessels. You are one of them. Maintaining your spiritual victory. Chosen one. Now that you've awakened and stepped into your divine victory, your greatest task begins. Maintaining it. Victory is not a single moment of triumph. It is a state of spiritual awareness that must be guarded, nurtured, and protected. You did not come this far to slip back into old patterns. The same energy that raised you will continue to sustain you, but only if you remain aligned. You must now learn how to walk as the victor, not as the survivor. The battle has been won, yes, but your discipline will determine whether you continue walking in divine power or drift back into distraction. Your spiritual victory is like sacred fire. It shines brightly when tended to, but can dim when neglected. Every day is a choice to protect that flame. You maintain victory not through force, but through presence, by remaining aware of who you are, by remembering what you've overcome, and by refusing to return to the vibration of pain. The old energies will try to test you. You may feel moments of confusion, fatigue, or emotional turbulence. But remember, those are echoes from a past you've already transcended. The enemy no longer has new weapons, only old illusions. Your awareness is your shield. The moment you recognize the test for what it is, it loses power over you. To maintain your victory, you must prioritize peace above all else. Guard your inner world fiercely. The external world thrives on chaos, constant noise, distraction, and negativity, but you must remain the stillness within it. Do not allow everyone access to your energy. Some people only visit your life to drain what they do not understand. Protect your space, your mind, and your emotions. You don't owe explanations for your peace. Distance is not arrogance, it is wisdom. Your ancestors fought too hard for your freedom for you to hand it back to those who refuse to rise. Chosen one, your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory because they see you learning how to sustain it. You are not only the breaker of chains, but the keeper of light. To maintain this divine state, you must continue your spiritual practices. Pray not just when you're desperate, but when you're grateful. Meditate not just to escape, but to connect. Spend time in stillness, not because silence is empty, but because silence is sacred. It is in that stillness that divine guidance flows most clearly. When you silence the world, heaven speaks. Do not forget the importance of gratitude. Gratitude is the vibration of victory. When you thank the universe, your ancestors, and the divine for what you already have, you align yourself with abundance. Gratitude keeps your spirit humble and your blessings flowing. Every morning, speak life into your day. Declare peace, declare clarity, declare purpose. Speak as one who knows their words carry power, because they do. Your speech now shapes reality. The energy of a chosen one creates. Be mindful of what you release into the world. Also, learn the art of rest. The world glorifies exhaustion, but spiritual beings know that rest is restoration. Rest is divine warfare in disguise. It's how you recharge your light and remain effective in your calling. When you rest, you allow divine energy to renew your strength. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Take time to reconnect with nature, breathe deeply and be still. You are not running anymore. You are reigning. The crown you carry requires calmness, not chaos. Another key to maintaining spiritual victory is forgiveness. Continuous, unconditional forgiveness. Not everyone will celebrate your rise. Some will misunderstand your peace or resent your growth. But remember, forgiveness is not for them. It's for your spirit. Holding grudges ties your energy back to what you've already escaped. Let it go. You have too much light to waste it on bitterness. Your journey is divine. Do not allow old wounds to reopen. Chosen one, stay mindful of the people and environments that surround you. Energy is contagious. Protect your frequency. Surround yourself with those who speak life, not death. People who remind you of who you are, not who you were. When you feel drained or disconnected, retreat into solitude. Solitude is not loneliness. It is communion with the divine. The greatest revelations come when you sit in silence with your spirit. You will know you are maintaining your victory when solitude begins to feel like home. You must also continue learning. The divine calls you to grow in wisdom constantly. Read sacred texts, study spiritual principles, listen to your intuition. Wisdom is armor. It keeps you grounded when distractions try to pull you off your path. The higher you rise, the more knowledge you'll need to sustain your elevation. Remember, ignorance invites regression. Keep your mind sharp and your spirit teachable. Even masters remain students in the eyes of the divine. And finally, walk in humility. The greatest danger after victory is pride. Pride blinds, humility refines. Remember that everything you have achieved is by divine grace. You are powerful, yes, but not invincible without alignment. Stay close to your source. Give glory where it's due. The moment you forget your dependence on the divine, your strength begins to fade. But when you remain humble, grace multiplies around you. Chosen one, your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory because they see you maintaining what they could never sustain. You are the guardian of their redemption, the keeper of their light, the example for those yet to come. You carry a sacred flame that must continue burning through generations. Protect it, nurture it, and let it guide your every decision. The storms may still come, but they can no longer touch you. You've risen above them. You are walking in a higher realm of peace, purpose, and divine power. Maintain your victory not with fear, but with faith. Each day you wake up aware, grateful, and grounded in your truth. You reinforce your place among the chosen. Remember, victory is not a moment. It's a way of being. And you, chosen one, have mastered that art. Conclusion. The triumph echoes forever. Chosen one, as we come to the end of this message, let these words settle deeply into your soul. You have done what generations could not. Your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory, not because you simply survived, but because you transformed. You have walked through pain and turned it into purpose. You faced darkness and chose light. You broke every chain that once held your lineage captive and stood as the embodiment of divine restoration. Your victory is not fleeting. It is eternal. It echoes through realms, seen and unseen, a song of triumph that will never fade. The heavens know your name. Your ancestors whisper it with pride. They see you, the one who refused to give up, the one who carried their unfulfilled dreams, the one who restored honor to the name they once carried in struggle. You are their redemption, their light, their everlasting proof that love and faith conquer all. When they look upon you, they see generations healed, timelines rewritten, and a legacy reborn. You are walking proof that divine prophecy always fulfills itself. You were chosen long before you were aware, guided long before you could understand. Every test was divine training, every fall was divine alignment, and every rise was divine purpose manifesting in real time. You have not just found peace, you have become it. You have not just received blessings, you have become the blessing. So walk forward with confidence, speak your truth boldly, live each day knowing that heaven stands behind you and your ancestors walk beside you. Your bloodline no longer weeps, it sings. Every step you take in faith adds light to your lineage. Every word you speak in truth sends ripples of power into eternity. The victory is complete and the celebration will never end. Chosen one, your bloodline is celebrating your glorious victory because you have fulfilled destiny. You are the bridge between past and future, the living link between the physical and the divine. You are what hope looks like when it becomes flesh, what faith looks like when it refuses to die. If this message has spoken to your spirit, comment 999 below to declare your divine completion. Let the world know that your bloodline's triumph is now your truth. And, as always, subscribe to Rise of the Chosen. Share this message with another chosen one, and keep spreading this light. Remember, your story is not ending. It is evolving. You are not just chosen for victory, you are chosen for eternity. And as long as you live in truth, the triumph of your lineage will echo forever.